Good morning, my grade 3 students. How are you? Hope you're fine. We're gonna start our new lesson, which is about subtraction of numbers. First of all, we want to introduce the objective of our lesson, which how to set up, then calculate the numbers by subtraction. So let's start together. Subtract 4 digits with borrowing. First of all, look at the numbers here. We have 4,865 minus 3,956. So we set up these two 4-digit numbers. The ones under ones, tens under the tens, hundreds under the hundreds, and thousands under the thousands. In this form. We always start to subtract from the right, from the ones place value. So look at the numbers in the ones place value. We have 5 minus 6. Can we take out of 5 6? No, so we should go to its neighbor to borrow. We go to the neighbor in tens place value, which is 6. We ask 6 to take from it a tens. So 6 will become 5. And the 5 in the ones place value will become 15. Now we can subtract 6 out of 15, which is 9. Okay, after we subtract numbers in ones place value, now we go to the numbers in tens place value. We have 5 minus 5. So the answer will be 0. Then we move to the numbers in hundreds place value. We look for 8 minus 9. Can we take out of 8 a 9? Of course no. So we must go to its neighbor in the thousands place value and borrow from it a tens. Now 4 will become 3 and the 8 in hundreds place value will become 18. Now we can subtract 9 out of 18. So 18 minus 9 will give us a 9. Finally, numbers in thousands place value, which are 3 minus 3, will give us 0. So 4,865 minus 3,956 equals to 909. Look at the first exercise to work out these subtractions. We have 3,471 minus 2,156. So as we have learned together, we should start from the ones place value. From the right, always we start from the right. So we look at the numbers 1 minus 6. Can we take 6 out of 1? Of course no. So we go to its neighbor in the tens place value to borrow a tens from it. So we knock the door of 7 and borrow from it a tens. 7 will become 6 and the 1 in the ones place value will become 11. Now we subtract 6 out of 11, which gives us 5. We continue our path to the tens place value. Now we have 6 minus 5. 6 minus 5, no need to borrow because we can take 5 out of 6. So the answer is 1. Now we move to hundreds place value. Can we take 1 out of 4? Of course. This will give us 3. Then we move to the thousands place value. We have 3 minus 2. Can we take 2 out of 3? Of course. So 3 minus 2 will give us 1. So 3,471 minus 2,156 is equal to 1,315. The second example, we have 4,125 minus 3,237. Always we start from the ones place value. So 5 minus 7, we cannot take 7 out of 5. We go and borrow from the tens place value, which is 2 at 10. Now 2 will become 1 and 5 will become 15. 15 minus 7 is 8. Now the numbers in tens place value, 1 minus 3. We need to borrow because we cannot take 3 out of 1. So we borrow from the number 1 in the hundreds place value. So 1 will become 0 and the 1 in tens place value will become 11. Now 11 minus 3 is 8. Now in the hundreds place value we have 0 minus 2. Of course we cannot take 2 out of 0. So we go and borrow from 4, which is in the thousands place value. 4 will become 3 after we borrow from it at 10. So 0 will become 10. Now 10 minus 2 will give us 8. Finally, 3 minus 3 in the thousands place value give us 0. So the answer will be 888. The third example, we have 5,043 minus 3,146. Always start from the ones place value. 3 minus 6, we need to borrow, so we take a 10 from 4. So 4 become 3, and 3 in the ones place value become 13. 13 minus 6 will give us 7. Now 3 minus 4, we cannot subtract, so we go to the hundreds place value. We found 0. Can we borrow from 0? Of course no. So we continue to the neighbor thousands. So we ask 5 to borrow from it a 10. Of course 5 will give us a 10. So 5 will become 4 and the 0 in hundreds place value become 10. Now we can borrow from 10, which is in hundreds place value, a 10. So 10 will become 9, 3 will become 13. Now 13 minus 4 gives us 9. 9 minus 1 is 8. And 4 minus 3 is 1. So the answer will be 1,897. We continue to the fourth example. We have 2,013 minus 846. Always we start from the ones place value. 3 minus 6, we cannot subtract 6 out of 3. So we can borrow from 1, which is in the tens place value. 1 will become 0 and the 3 will become 13. 13 minus 6 is 7. Now 0 minus 4, of course we cannot subtract 4 out of 0. We found in hundreds place value also a 0. We cannot borrow from it. So we continue to the thousands place value. We have 2. So we can borrow a 10 from 2. 2 will become 1. And the 0 in hundreds place value become 10. Now we can borrow from 10, which is in the hundreds place value. so that it will be 9, and the 0 in tens place value will be 10. Now 10 minus 4 is 6. In the hundreds place value now we have 9 minus 8, so we can take 8 out of 9, which will give us 1. And the 1 in thousands place value will go down to be also a 1 because no number is subtracted from it. So the answer will be 1167. Okay, now in the second exercise, we need to set up and work out these subtractions. So 3040 minus 1695, ones under ones, tens under tens, hundreds under hundreds, and thousands under thousands. So in the 0 in ones place value, we cannot take out of it a 5. So we want to borrow from the 4, which is in the tens place value, so that 4 will become 3 and 0 will become 10. So 10 minus 5 is 5. Now we have 3 minus 9. 3 minus 9. We cannot take 9 out of 3. So we go and borrow, because in the hundreds place value we have 0, so we go and borrow from the number 3 in thousands place value. 3 will become 2, and the 0 in hundreds place value will become 10. Now we can borrow from 10 in hundreds place value, so that it will become 9, and the 4 in tens, and the 3 in tens will become 13. So that 13 minus 9 is 4, 9 minus 6 is 3, and 2 minus 1 in the thousands is 1. So the answer is 1345. Now we have 4012 minus 2078. The same way, we start from the ones place value. We look, can we subtract 8 out of 2? Of course no. So we go and borrow from the number in tens place value, which is 1. 1 will become 0, and the 2 will become 12. 12 minus 8 is 4. Now in the tens place value we have 0 minus 4. So we go and borrow from its neighbor. We found that it is 0. We continue to the thousands. Thousands is 4. So we can take a 10 from 4. It will become a 3. 0 in hundreds place value become a 10. We can borrow from it now. So 10 will become 9. And the 0 in tens place value will become 10. So now, in the tens place value, we have 10 minus 4. We can take out of 10 a 4. It will become 6. Hundreds place value, we have 9 minus 7. So that it's 2. And in the thousands place value, 3 minus 2 is 1. So the answer is 1264. So the third example in this exercise, 5600 minus 3159. The same way we follow the steps. So we look, can we subtract 9 out of 6? Of course no. We go to borrow from its neighbor, but we found that it is 0 in the tens place value. So we continue our path to the hundreds place value. Also, we found that it is 0. We cannot borrow from 0. So we continue our path to the thousands place value. We found now it is 5. We can borrow from the 5. So 5 will become 4, and the 0 in hundreds place value become 10. Now we can borrow from 10. So 10 will become 9, and the 0 in the tens place value will become 10. Now we can borrow from the 10 in tens place value. It will become 9, and the 6 in ones place value will become 16. We look now, can we subtract 9 out of 16? Of course, yes. So 16 minus 9 is 5. We continue in tens place value. We have 9 minus 5 is 4. In the hundreds place value, we have 9 minus 1 is 8. And in the thousands place value, we have 4 minus 3 is 1. So that's it, teacher. We can ask ourselves, in order to subtract 4-digit numbers, first of all, we start from the ones place value from the right. Then we look if we can subtract the numbers, we continue to subtract. If we cannot, we must go to borrow. If we found the neighbor is 0, we continue our path to the next place value. In order to check if it is not 0, we can borrow from it, and so on. The third exercise, there is a number such that if you add 2,341 to it, you obtain 4,140. What is this number? In order to know this number, we must go to subtract these two numbers. So 4,140 minus 2,341, we can set up them and subtract, so that we got 1,799.
Hello students, welcome to our channel Learning Notebook. In today's video, we will learn subtraction of 4-digit numbers with borrowing. So let's see what all topics we are going to cover in this video. We will learn borrowing from tens place, borrowing from hundreds place, borrowing from thousands place, and then we will learn borrowing from all places. So let's start and first understand subtraction of 4-digit numbers without borrowing. If you are enjoying watching videos on our channel, then do like, share and comment on our videos. Also, do not forget to subscribe to our channel Learning Notebook. Question is, subtract 1,245 from 9,368. To subtract these 4-digit numbers, let's write them in columns. Now, first subtract the digits at ones place. 8 minus 5 equals to 3. Next, subtract the digits at tens place. 6 minus 4 equals to 2. Next, subtract the digits at hundreds place. 3 minus 2 equals to 1. And in the end, let's subtract the digits at thousands place. 9 minus 1 equals to 8. So our answer is 8,123. So students, this is how we do subtraction of 4-digit numbers without borrowing. Now let's learn subtraction of 4-digit numbers with borrowing from tens place. Question is, subtract 5,315 from 9,472. To subtract these 4-digit numbers, let's write them in columns. Now, subtract the digits at ones place. 5 is bigger than 2. So 5 cannot be subtracted from 2. So we will borrow 1 from 7. So 7 becomes 6 and 2 becomes 12. Now we can easily subtract digits at ones place. 12 minus 5 equals to 7. Next, subtract the digits at tens place. 6 minus 1 equals to 5. Now, subtract the digits at hundreds place. 4 minus 3 equals to 1. And in the end, let's subtract the digits at thousands place. 9 minus 5 equals to 4. So our answer is 4157. So students, this is how we do subtraction of 4-digit numbers with borrowing from tens place. Now let's learn subtraction of 4-digit numbers with borrowing from hundreds place. Question is, subtract 6595 from 8969. Let's first write these numbers in columns. Now let's subtract the digits at ones place. 9 minus 5 equals to 4. Next, subtract the digits at tens place. But 9 is bigger than 6. So 9 cannot be subtracted from 6. So we will borrow 1 from 9. So 9 becomes 8 and 6 becomes 16. Students, now we can easily subtract the digits at tens place. 16 minus 9 equals to 7. Now, let's subtract the digits at hundreds place. 8 minus 5 equals to 3. And then subtract the digits at thousands place. 8 minus 6 equals to 2. So our answer is 2374. So this is how we do subtraction of 4-digit numbers with borrowing from hundreds place. Now let's understand subtraction of 4-digit numbers with borrowing from thousands place. Question is, subtract 2531 from 7468. To subtract these 4-digit numbers, let's write them in columns. Now, subtract the digits at ones place. 8 minus 1 equals to 7. Now, subtract the digits at tens place. 6 minus 3 equals to 3. Next, subtract the digits at hundreds place. But 5 is bigger than 4. So 5 cannot be subtracted from 4. So we will borrow 1 from 7. So 7 becomes 6 and 4 becomes 14. Now we can easily subtract the digits at hundreds place. So we will do 14 minus 5 equals to 9. In the end, let's subtract the digits at thousands place. 6 minus 2 equals to 4. So our answer is 4937. So students, this is how we do subtraction of 4-digit numbers with borrowing from thousands place. Now let's learn subtraction of 4-digit numbers with borrowing at all the places. Question is, subtract 1485 from 3261. Let's first write them in columns. Now subtract the digits at ones place. But 5 is bigger than 1. So 5 cannot be subtracted from 1. So let's borrow 1 from 6. So 6 becomes 5 and 1 becomes 11. Now we can subtract these digits at ones place. So let's subtract 5 from 11 and we get 6. Now let's move and subtract the digits at tens place. But again 8 is bigger than 5. So 8 cannot be subtracted from 5. So let's borrow from hundreds place. So 2 becomes 1 and 5 becomes 15. Now we can subtract the digits at tens place. That is 15 minus 8 equals to 7. Now students, let's subtract the digits at hundreds place. But again 4 cannot be subtracted from 1. So let's borrow from thousands place. So 3 becomes 2 and 1 becomes 11. Now we can subtract the digits at hundreds place. 11 minus 4 equals to 7. In the end, let's subtract the digits at thousands place. 2 minus 1 equals to 1. So we get the answer as 1776. So this is how we do subtraction of 4-digit numbers with borrowing at all the places. So now students, let's do one more example. Question is, subtract 5687 from 9643. Let's write them in columns. Now subtract the digits at ones place. But 7 is bigger than 3. So it cannot be subtracted from 3. Therefore, let's borrow from tens place. So 4 becomes 3 and 3 becomes 13. Now we can easily subtract 7 from 13 and we get 6. Now let's subtract the digits at tens place. But again 8 is bigger than 3. So it cannot be subtracted from 3. So we will borrow from hundreds place. So 6 becomes 5 and 3 becomes 13. Now let's subtract these two numbers at tens place. 13 minus 8 equals to 5. Now let's move on and subtract the digits at hundreds place. But again 6 cannot be subtracted from 5. So let's borrow from thousands place. So 9 becomes 8 and 5 becomes 15. Now 15 minus 6 equals to 9. And in the end, let's subtract the digits at thousands place. 8 minus 5 equals to 3. So our answer is 3956. So students, I am sure you have understood how to do subtraction of 4-digit numbers with borrowing. We have lot of interesting worksheets and quizzes on our channel for class 4. So do visit.
So my students, now you are able to calculate 4-digit numbers by subtraction. See you in the next lesson.